Hi there, Christian Brim, and welcome again to Core Focus, where we give you one business breakthrough idea for your small business in less than 5 minutes. My guest today is Matt Davis from Davis Law Strategic Business Counsel. Matt, how are you?
I'm pretty well. Thanks for having us.
For those of you who don't know Matt, he holds a bachelor's degree with distinction from Cornell College. He received his law degree from the University of Oklahoma. He also attended Cornell University, where he earned a master's in public administration. Earlier in his career, Davis worked for the U.S. Department of Energy in Washington, D.C., and in 1995, he entered private practice. Matt has extensive litigation and business representation experience. He has served as lead or co-counsel in litigation cases with recoveries in excess of $50 million, including numerous jury trials and a substantial victory against the Bank of America. Everybody loves that. Current focus is on representing new and existing business clients in the firm's outside general counsel program. The subject today is small business legal risks, and the rules are simple. We have 5 minutes for the interview, and when the countdown timer reaches 0 and the buzzer goes off, the interview is cut, whether you are in full flight or mid-sentence. Matt, do you accept the challenge?
I accept the challenge.
Great. Your time starts now. What is the biggest legal risk that small business owners are unaware?
That they're unaware of. It's one of three things. Number one, it's either insufficient insurance coverage. We just had a company at my demand up their insurance from $2 million to $10 million. Mm-hmm. It could be contracts. People give away all sorts of rights in contracts that they don't need to. Mm-hmm. And they're signing a lot of stuff that frankly is illegal, but puts them in bad risk. HR is a big problem too. Mm-hmm. If you are 1099 in people, and you shouldn't be, mm-hmm. and they ought to be W-2s, well, you really do need to get the new affidavit signed with the Workers' Comp Commission, or else you're putting yourself in a lot of trouble, not to mention the tax liabilities that Brim can tell you all about.
We see a lot of that.
Yeah.
So I was looking at your website. You have a custom legal department. What can a small business owner expect from having one of those?
Custom legal department is where we become the general counsel of a small to medium-sized business. And there's 8 things that the general counsel does. They do the corporate governance and administration. They do the contracts. They do the claims. And that can include discrimination claims, tort claims for or against the company. They help with the human resources, they help with insurance, they help with property, they help with policies and procedures, and they help with the regulatory compliance. The company, it's a 360 package of what businesses need. And we've got it set up to where we take care of businesses on a fixed fee basis, because guess what? One thing people hate about dealing with lawyers is turning over a blank checkbook.
Right,
yeah, they do.
Right.
And so we put it on a budget and give them a monthly work plan and then report to them at the end of the month with a return on investment report. So that also takes care of the other thing that people hate about dealing with lawyers, which is they don't get reported to, they don't get talked to, they don't get communicated with. And we communicate like we're a part of their business, mm-hmm. and a department of their business. That's why we call it a custom legal department, because every business is going to have different parts of those needs. Some may need more contracting help. Some may need more claims help. We're set up to adjust, to customize, and to report on budget to businesses.
So is there any business that's too small for something like that?
We have packages of that going down to as low as $500. Now, another part of that we do for some of those businesses on that level is if they're pretty well run or they're just starting out, we serve as the general counsel, but we also drive them to a different level of professionalism. We up their game, and one line I like to use is, we're going to make sure you don't run your business like a lemonade stand. And there's a lot of guys out there doing that. Frankly, there's a lot of guys with multi-million-dollar businesses that mm-hmm. aren't operating with the sophistication that they should be. And we bring some really powerful risk management tools to the table that will, on some days, scare them to death, but on the other days, drive change.
Right.
I got a $250 million a year company a couple of years ago to add a couple senior vice presidents because I pointed out some real vulnerabilities by using some of our risk management tools.
So how is a custom legal department different than just, say, any old attorney that I'd hire?
Business lawyers go at everything ass backwards. They react. We go at it from a preventative and a proactive standpoint. Now, those are pretty closely related words. Proactive means we're trying to improve, but prevent is we're trying to prevent a problem. But we want to improve and protect businesses, and we make it affordable on the front end, and we have systems where we work off of a best practices list in all the areas of the 8 core competencies of a general counsel that I just talked about. So we're making sure that the business's needs are met up front and on budget, rather than somebody just picking up the phone going, oh, better call Saul, we've got a problem. Yeah?
Right.
You know, that's what's really, really expensive.
Right.
And lawyers tend to thrive off of that because that's when it does get really expensive. And that's when they do get the blank check.
Our worst day is your best day.
It can be, but you know, ultimately, when we're helping people grow, when we're helping them run their businesses like sophisticated business people, because we've got a general counsel model in our custom legal department program, then they can excel. Frankly, we end up doing better in the long run because we become an integral part of their business. So, you know, I'm not going to kid you and say that it doesn't help us out in the long run, but we don't want to take your money unless we're going to make you money. And that's different.
That is good. And unfortunately, our time's up. I will give you a free plug that I have been looking for a law firm to do what it is that you're doing for the last 20 years. Something that a business model that is similar to the way we approach things on a menu of services and being proactive and showing a positive return on that investment. So I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad you're doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you.
How can people find out more information or resources?
Our website is davisbusinesslaw.com, and it's got a real strong bent towards our general counsel program. We fix problems for people too. We'd prefer not. We'd prefer to prevent them. But that's our website, and we've got offices in Oklahoma City, Enid, Tulsa, and Wichita right now.
Very nice.
We're growing. So
thank you, Matt.
Hey, thanks, Christian.
Bye-bye.